Yo, what's going on? Jason's already in here. How'd you do that so quick, man?
Must have known we were coming.
That's so funny. All right. What's going on out there in TascFam land? Getting ready to do the stream tonight. Jay and I just had our pizza party. And probably gonna do some more pizza later. We didn't want to eat on stream though, because it's always awkward, right, Jay?
Yeah.
You don't want to watch us eat. Maybe you do. That sounds like another stream though. Yeah. So what's good, TascFam? How's it going out there? I'm just getting the chat loaded up. See how everybody's doing. I saw Jason was coming through. What's up, Jason? Oh man, it's been a great past couple days. It's getting like warmer out. It's getting a lot nicer. In terms of the weather. Things are looking up. It's getting a lot sunnier. I went for this bike ride today. I want to talk about in a second.
Nice.
It was sick, man. How's things with you, Jay? You've been busy, right? I mean,
yeah,
it seems like
I've been stupid shit going on,
we
man.
haven't really been chatting much. One thing I wanted to talk to you about was recording. If that's something that's still possible. I'm gonna try to get the new out something new out by like end of April. So I don't know if it's gonna work for us, but yo, Skiz, what's up, man? He's having a crawfish party. That's awesome.
There's your ads.
Oh shit. Yeah. Hashtag never forget Jay. Jay's back. How's the car doing, Jay?
So far, so good.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So not a bad night so far. It's getting lighter out later. We had daylight savings go by, which is sick.
I fucking hate daylight savings, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it either, man. I don't know why we still do it. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that fucks my whole shit up.
Yeah. It's bizarre. It's like I think what is it, Nevada or one of the Arizona, they don't do it, right?
Nope.
One of the old the desert states.
Well, it doesn't matter to them because you can't fucking grow anything there anyway. The hell they care.
What do they care?
You're not farming shit unless you're out picking like fucking prickly pears.
Yeah, you're farming cacti. Or what are those called? The succulents.
Yeah, succulents. Yeah.
Unless you got a succulent business. Yo, Connor, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. And Matt said we missed Jay. Our hearts ache for weeks. Frowny face, or it looks like a sick face.
Oh man.
Cryy face, man. Jay. It's been what? I feel like.
Wait, you didn't plug the audio in.
Oh shit.
Shit, we're running on phone audio.
Oh no, no phone audio.
That's there or what?
Yeah, we should be in there now. I can't believe people were.
That's there or what?
Feeling that. Oh.
There we go.
Yo, sorry about that. How's the audio now? Is it good? I wonder how it was before. That'll be. Yo, sorry about that. How's the audio now? Is it good? That'll be a good one to.
It's louder.
Just louder.
Definitely louder.
This will be a good one to listen to the test of it. Yeah. So okay, loud now. Okay, cool, perfect, awesome. Yeah, I'm moving this kind of more between us.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I can't believe I forgot to do that. I remembered the power, but not that. Yeah, how are we looking framing wise? Did I do a good job?
Yeah, looks like it's working.
So what's been going on with you then, Jay? Like in terms of all your stuff.
As far as what?
Just work and stuff. This is the catching up portion of the program. We haven't caught up. I haven't talked. You and I usually talk like what? At least once or twice a week.
Usually once.
But on average, I feel like we've both been doing.
It's too much fucking going on, man.
Yeah, I figured it's just been busy for you, man.
Yeah, it's like.
Is it good busy though, or is it bad busy?
I mean, it's filling the coffers, so there's nothing bad about that, I guess.
Yeah, that's good.
It's Wednesday. I already made $500. I mean, it's
this week. Good. Wow, since Monday.
It's pretty good.
That's awesome. Oh shit! Thanks, Will. Thank you, my friend.
Oh yeah. Happy belated birthday, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I put up that video yesterday on my birthday. I did like a little walk around vlog kind of thing. Something I wanted to do.
took the day off and was just walking around town. I had to mail out the last Just a Trick tape. The Just a Trick tapes are all gone.
Nice.
Thanks to everybody who snagged one of those. And it was a good day, you know. Like I was saying, I don't normally tell people about my birthday. It's like I always feel weird about it. I'm not really sure when that started for me. I guess I just never liked people making a big deal about my birthday. I don't know why. I never liked the attention, you know. It's like something. And now I feel like I've gotten a little more
open to it.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, like I said, what if I did the opposite? What if I told people? So, thanks guys, thanks Will.
What if I told people?
Happy bloated birthday after all that pizza. Yeah, we almost killed a whole pie. A little bit smaller of a pie, but not. But yeah, oh man, I was so hungry. Yeah, so I was just gonna say, I went on a bike ride today and it kicked my ass, but it felt really good. And I feel like super tired, but I feel very. Oh man, exercises are good for your brain. I feel so much better. And it's also like pretty nice out today.
Where'd you ride to? Just around town, or?
Yeah, I just rode up the rail trail, and then
nice.
I don't know. Have you ever seen the movie A Quiet Place?
I don't think so.
So John Krasinski, Jim Halpert from The Office, and Emily Blunt, they filmed a movie in the Hudson Valley where Jay and I live. And on the rail trail, the Wallkill Valley Rail Trail, you can probably look it up. There's a part where there's this old, you know, one of those old sort of railroad trestle bridges.
Yep.
And they filmed part of I think the beginning or one of the first scenes in the movie is filmed there, and then one later is filmed there as well. It's the same set. But so I rode to that bridge because that's about 2 miles north of me, and then I was like, the trail was pretty rough going, and so then I just came back down Springtown, and then they built this other new trail, River to Ridge Trail, which is really nice. It was almost like a dirt bike trail.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty sick. Yeah, all the gravel washed off of it because of the flooding, and it was almost like a Excite bike or something. It was awesome. Yeah, so I went for it was like almost 4, maybe almost 5 miles, and damn, man, I feel like...
That's a lot of riding when you're just coming out of like the fucking snow, man.
I know. I was like, just like so gung ho about it. I feel good right now. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. But immediately after, I felt like so much better, so much brighter. Like, felt so good. It's like, I don't know why I've been walking, but that kind of like cardio is what I think I've been missing, you know? It's like you almost have to get yourself up to a certain, like walking is great, but there's something about that more like strenuous, getting yourself going that's really well. So interestingly enough too, I was reading that book on productivity, and they said exercise is a really big part of productivity. You would think that a lot of people don't like to do it because it takes too much time.
Yeah.
But it actually in the long run, it really helps your brain and really helps your focus. So, and obviously it's it's a stress reliever too. So definitely get that exercise. And a couple of these guys have been telling me that. Joel was telling me that. He's like, Mike, you got to exercise more if you're feeling blue, which is totally right. But the winters is tough, man. It's tough. It's brutal.
Yeah.
I was thinking about getting like an exercise bike or something, but
Jesus.
I don't know.
It'll take you like some spin glasses or something, man.
Yeah. I was going to join the gym, and I was like, it's like kind of the same thing you were saying about your amp repair business. Like, I don't want to have to go to another place to like,
nah, it kind of kills the whole mojo of the thing.
And then the cost of it, which is not terribly a lot, but there's not like a corporate gym around here. There's like a kind of like,
well, I guess Mike Ortega's if you go way the fuck out the end,
that's what
right?
I mean. Like that's almost like 15, 20 minutes away. So, it's like by the time I go there and come back, I could like go for a run or something, Or if I had a bike here, I could do a bike live stream and do a class on my other channel, Mike's Fitness.
Yeah.
Mike's Fitness and record reviews. I don't know. What's up? They have a question for us. Thanks for tuning in. So I've been looking for a good 4-track cassette recorder for a good price. On eBay a little bit ago, I almost scored a Fostech 250 suggestions. P.S. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. I don't know. Okay, so Matt's been taking this question here. Thank you, Matt. The TascFams are pretty overpriced right now. I'd always recommend the 424. I actually got one right here. The one that Matt sent, the only one that's working properly. That's pretty dope. Definitely recommend that guy. But yeah, the prices of them are like skyrocketing right now, which is interesting. Good, I guess, in some ways, and bad in others. But yeah, 424 or 414, I would say, it'll do you well. I don't have too much experience with the Fostex ones. Have you ever used those? Any or the Yamaha ones?
I had, like I said, my first machine was a Fostex, but
Okay.
it wasn't anything like, whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything fancy, man. It was like it had a push button that selected the inputs one hot at a time. So.
Oh yeah. I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, it worked fine. I mean, a friend of mine had a Fostex to start with, and it got dropped, and that was about the end of that one. So he ended up with a TascFam. But they always worked okay, as long as you don't fuck them up.
Yeah, so I would say anything in the same, any of those would probably do well. I mean, I'm sure they're all kind of manufactured or were manufactured in a similar place, but I mean, on this channel, me personally, all I've ever had was the TascFam ones, and I know Jay's had a bunch of TascFam 4-tracks. But yeah, it's a great question, and like Matt said, he kind of knocked it out of the park. They are very overpriced at the moment. I was looking at, I think last week we were talking about there's some on there people are trying to sell for like $800 a K for like
What?
246. Yeah, it's crazy.
Damn.
I would say grab a try to find one locally, maybe on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. You could probably find the best deal, and then you can have that person help you test it out too and let you know what's up. I mean, that actually seems pretty good. 173 for a Mark 1. Like, I would say anything like 200 or less is like a decent price now, given how much they've been going up.
As long as everything works.
As long as everything works, that's a really good point. Yeah. But yeah, because like the 424s, at least the ones on Reverb, people want well, who knows if they're getting it? You have to look at the past sales
transactions.
Yeah, but they look like they're anywhere from like 350 to 5 seems to be about the going price, and then some people have them like 6, 7, 8. I would say yeah, so 200 is pretty good if it works, but you might be able to find one even cheaper locally. But if anything, the way the trend is right now, it'll probably if you go to sell it in another year, you'll probably make some money. Who knows? Like if you get it for that much, if the prices keep going up. Connor said, been doing 30 minutes cardio every day for the past couple weeks, and it's great. That's awesome, Connor. Great for productivity. Matt said it's much safer than meth. That's true.
Indeed, it is.
Recommend a bike or cross trainer at home. 30 minutes goes by quicker than you think with some sick tunes. Yeah, I was bumping Prince today. It was awesome. There's that scientific study too that says I think when you exercise to music, you actually move faster, and it's like when you do work and listening to music, it's good for being productive, and it's good for your energy levels. I think you always get a harder workout when you listen to music, especially upbeat stuff. That's awesome though. I was thinking about I wanted to get I wanted to get a bike at home, but then it was like storing it was an issue with the wife, and then all that good stuff. So
yeah,
because they're like cumbersome, and then it's like, well, if you don't stick to it, then you just have a piece of furniture that you can't really use for anything, or you got to store it somewhere. So yeah, it's a tough call, but I think it would be good in the winter in terms of, I would also like the idea of just like watching, Netflix or something stationary. I don't know. Like I feel like you could put on a couple episodes of The Office and go to town, But yeah, cardio, boys.
Or you could just not put on The Office and you could ride to town.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, on a real bike. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing around here. There's so many good trails. I guess I just mean in terms of winter, because it's like, I'm trying to.
Although most of the time during the winter, as long as you're not trying to ride during an active snowstorm or within the few hours of one having just passed,
It's not too bad.
Other than the fact that it's cold and you have to ride on like the shoulder of the roads and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not that bad.
Yeah, it's I think it mainly for me the cold is the biggest deterrent.
Yeah, but once you get all your shit moving, you're not going to be cold.
Yeah, I guess it depends if it's windy. for me.
Yeah.
Because like today I was like biking. I had shorts and just this sweatshirt on, and it was like almost a little too cold. It was like 53.
Damn, you need to eat more meat or something.
It's
Like
like
the iron is low.
Maybe, I don't know. Well, like what I'm saying is like the wind, just like the blowing of the wind.
Yeah. I get you.
But yeah, I think when you work out, too, your body usually goes up. I remember reading something about running, at least, that said people who run, if you run in 40-degree weather, it's more like 60. So like by running, you're generating, the heat. Eventually will make you feel like it's about 20 degrees warmer.
Mm.
Hey, Turtleneck, what's going on? Yeah, we haven't seen you in a bit. How's it going? Oh, that reminds me. There is a Discord server for 424. I'm gonna bump the link in the chat. I'm not really sure. It's another thing, of course. But if you are a part of Discord already, and I mean, I kind of just seems like a kind of a little bit of a messaging system right now. We have a little bit of conversations on here. I'm not really sure what to do with it personally. I think I think it'll be really cool though if like we're working on stuff, or it seems like a lot of people just kind of hang out on there. So I'll just bump the link in the chat. I think it'll be good for one day. So the link. But I'm planning on trying to do more with this at some point. I just don't. I'm not really sure. I think I don't really use this kind of a thing, but I think in terms of people needing like real time answers, it's better than the forum. Which is something else I was going to bring up. Oh, whoops! I just pasted it in our own thing here. I put it in the wrong spot. That's ironic. Okay, there we go. So that's the link to the Discord. Turtleneck reminded me because I remember they were asking about that. And obviously Turtleneck's part of the Discord already, but it reminded me because we were talking the other day in there. But yeah, so if you have Discord and you want to join the 424 server, ask some questions, hang out with some other 4-track nerds, come through. I try to check it a little bit, or try to go on, once or twice a week to see what's going down. But maybe it could be something that's used more in the future. I don't know. So that was my other big thing I was going to mention is, oh yeah, Jason said real quick, he said it is better to get outside, versus treadmills and spin bikes. That's kind of what you were saying too, Jay.
Yeah.
There's something about like the road going by and the scenery. It was really beautiful. Hey Mike, don't take up too much space. Oh yeah, I guess if you fold them up, right? Plus we have old railroads. That's awesome. That's what we have too. Rails to trails. Yeah, we got rail trails over here too. And they just put in some really nice a new trail that goes. There's like a mountain ridge around here. It's more of a hill ridge. They're not like the biggest mountains, but
right.
River to ridge. So you can. It's going to be a pretty long trail, and it's just like through farmland. It's pretty sick. Hey, what's up, Phil? Had to stop by and grab a pie. Yeah, we were just before the stream. We had been eating a little bit of a pizza party. My birthday was yesterday, so we're kind of like just having a little bit of a pizza party stream, I guess, even though we kind of ate already.
Yeah, whatever.
Something different for the TascFam, for the kids out there. But yeah, so Discord, I don't know if that's something people use. Like I said, the link is in the chat if you want to join it. Yeah, seems like a pretty cool chat server. Going to work on making it more than it is now, and that kind of segues into the forum. 424recording.com/forum. It's been pretty quiet for 2019. That's what I was gonna say. The spam. There was like bots that were just trying to get into for the longest time. You may have seen some of them. It was like just getting inundated with, I guess like Russian bots or like and
it's those goddamn Soviets.
It's goddamn Soviets. No, but I was looking at the IP addresses and where they were coming from, and like the forum will let you group together duplicates, and there was like I got a video of it. I'm gonna make a video about it, but there was literally like hundreds of like names being created by like 1 or 2 IP addresses that were like EU. But basically, I don't know what the deal is. But
so a chat bot hooked to your server for some reason to
they were just like pumping it with like bullshit threads, like come hang out with me on my webcam. Well, no. Well, thanks for coming on the live stream, but you know what I mean. It's like all that kind of bullshit. So kind of put a stop to that. If you do join the forum, I have to manually accept you now. So I don't know. I'm not really sure the future of the forum. It's going to be up. Jason's a new moderator for it. Stefan's a new moderator for the forum. And yeah, so just I think I want to keep it up for the information. There's a lot of great information on there. Jay bumped a lot of great info on there. But in terms of the Discord and the forum, like I think it would be cool to still have a place where after hours of the stream and the channel, people can hang and talk about similar interests and music and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the story with the forum and the Discord. Because like the forum, like I said, it seems cool, but I'd like to try to make it better. So I don't know, if you're a member, maybe drop a new post on there, see what happens. I'm trying to get the email set up so that it emails people. The Discord has been surprisingly dead, but at least it's another convenient place to chat. Definitely better than YouTube comments, right? Yeah, I noticed that too. I mean, I guess maybe that's just the nature of. I feel like the forum was bumping at one point. It was really popping off, and I'm not really sure if it just, course of time naturally just died out. Same with the Discord. I don't know if like a lot of people use it. I don't really personally use it a lot, so I never really
even
used
looked at it.
Yeah, but it's just like a chat, kind of a chat room that's for 424. There's like Patreon roles, but like people don't really seem to care about that on Patreon. But if you do care about it, you can check out the Patreon patreon.com/424recording. You get a different color on your name or something, and some other roles. I'm really selling this, but yeah. So I'm not really sure. I'd like to have. I was thinking at one point of doing a discourse forum, which is really nice. Bo Beats. I was talking to him a little bit about it via email, because he has a really cool one. It's called Simply Synth, and you have to be a member of his Patreon to get in there, and it's a really nice forum. It's the same as Electronauts if you check out the Electron stuff, but it's expensive. Holy shit! It's like $100 a month or something to have this forum.
What?
Yeah, so I was like, that ain't gonna fly. I mean, you can apparently set it up yourself, which is something I could do, but I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to have a place outside of YouTube, for people to hang, but I'm not really sure exactly what that is at the moment. So, but just putting out there that these chat places exist. If you have questions. Jason said, I just forget about the Discord and the forum a lot. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure how to remedy that. I guess, you know what? If you find them and you find information there, awesome. With the plugs and pushing them. They're out there for people if you need the info, if you're looking to hang. If not, cool. Yeah, I guess that's kind of it, said, hey, do you know if there are any notable differences between the 414 Mark 1 and the Mark 2? The Mark 2 are usually more expensive for some reason.
Didn't the Mark 1 not have the two XLR inputs?
I think you might be
I
right.
think the Mark II brought the XLR inputs into the equation with the 414.
Yeah, and that's the way the Mark 1 424 is too. It only has 1/4 inch ins. I could look it up real quick. That's a really good point, though. Gil, what's going on? Yo, Gil, I really liked your Bandcamp. What is the Bandcamp again, so people can check it out? You guys should check out Gil's stuff. I think it's on the YouTube comments somewhere. I should have saved the link. But I've been bumping that, man. It's great stuff. Great songwriter from France, I believe. Heck yeah, dude. My pleasure. Awesome, Phil. Thank you. Down to chat gear, music and stuff. Cool. France, awesome. Yeah. Let me find the link. I have it somewhere in my comments. Oh yeah, we're looking up the Mark 1. Let me find that right quick, and then we'll check out the Mark 1, Mark 2. If anybody knows the Mark 1 or Mark 2 other than the XLRs like we're saying, definitely let you know. I guess Gil could just tell us the link. Yeah, what is the Bandcamp for your stuff, Gil? Everyone see this video on Reverb. Is that the one of Alessandro? Probably. Yeah, that's a great video. I really enjoyed that one. He's been popping up on there once in a while. They seem to, once in a while, have him through there or do a video on him, which is pretty cool. He does some really cool stuff with the 414. I'd love to ask him what his repair regimen is for that thing. If he's constantly repairing it, if he needs some sort of regular maintenance on it, because it seems like he uses it a lot. And I was just wondering how his is holding up. Does he have multiple units that he's using? Pretty interesting. Yo, Twin, what's going on? What's going on, buddy? Not much, man. Chilling. Kind of a relaxed stream tonight. Not that I feel like we're always pretty relaxed though. But I'm shot, man. I was like riding my bike today. Went for a long 4-mile ride, and I'm like feeling good, but feeling tired. I'm gonna sleep like a babe tonight. Oh, there we go. Cool. Yeah, so check out Gil's stuff. Really cool, man. I was really bumped out. I was playing for my friend Sean, who was on the stream, I guess a couple months ago, and he really likes it too. I mean, he was, I feel like it was right up his alley. It's very similar to the kind of stuff Sean does, and I think you guys would dig it. Yo, Matt, what's up? Forgot it's Wednesday. Well, you're here, so you must have remembered. What's going on? Yeah, we're just chilling, lo-fi hang tonight. If you're just joining us, Jay's back. Hashtag never forget Jay. He's got his car all fixed up. We're doing the pizza party this week. Yeah, we were talking about the forum and Discord, trying to figure out a way if people want some sort of external hang space for the 424 community, TascFam community. Yeah, so the forum, I don't know. It's like, I know it's kind of an old school, Simple Machines forum, I think is the type. And I gotta look. I think it could be really cool if it actually emailed people when their threads were replied to. I don't know why it hasn't been. I set that up and. Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta get back to you.
Damn, cut your finger so bad you cut the tendon. That sucks.
Oh my god.
Was that at work, Matt, or?
That's crazy, man. Get better, man. That sounds terrible.
Yo, what up, Bean Trees?
Bean Trees, what's going on? Thanks for spending your dad time with us.
I'm not sure about the Porta 01. Porta 02 is the lowest number I've ever fucked with in the
who would
the TascFam line, but
yeah, Dennis would know from multi-track cassette fans. You could try to reach out to him. He's got a channel. I think he's linked on my channel on the Friends and Inspiration stuff on the right. Multi-track. He has one. I think he does some videos on it. All right, I'm pulling up. But you had a Porto too. That was the one you started with.
Yeah. That was the second one I had. The Fostex is what I started with, but in the TascFams, the Porta 02 was where I went after that. I would not suggest that unless you are a solo singer-songwriter person.
Yeah, that is like bare bones.
Yeah, it's like as bad as fucking raw as it gets.
That's what she said. Sorry, I've got the Michael Scott bug. I can't find a picture of the back of the Mark 1. I'm looking at the Mark 1, Mark 2 414s at the moment. I can't find a picture of the. I'm assuming that was probably I think Jay is on the trail there. I think the 414 does not have XLR in, so the 414 Mark 1. So just keep that in mind. If you're looking for that, you're gonna need an external preamp like the Art Tube MP, or you're gonna need just to use 1/4-inch cables and that kind of a thing. Okay, I lost the chat. I'm on live chat. Here we go. Matt, feel better. Bean Trees, what's going on, buddy? X-Acto knife, dang.
Oh, fuck. That's a... Oof.
This is a sharp, man.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That had to be a hard miss to get it cut deep enough to cut a tendon, though. God damn. Oh, man. That's tough, dude. Oof.
That's tough.
I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, me too.
It's hurting me just thinking about how that happened.
Yeah.
Bean Trees, the pizza is in the other room because...
you know what? We could at least get the box in here, I guess.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you know what?
Let's just call the pizza, the idea of pizza, symbolic. There is pizza in the other room. There are 2 slices left, I promise.
We almost crashed the whole pie. It was pretty awesome. Well, I think we are going to crash the whole thing.
Yeah, I suspect so.
It's really good. It's like that. Like, we got the grandma pie. You guys ever have grandma pie? It's kind of like a Sicilian, but it's very thin, and the sauce is on top of the cheese. It's unbelievable. This place, Reno's, # not sponsored, provided the pizza to me after I paid them, and man, it was like, but I mean, like, it's always good, but tonight it just, I don't know what it is. It was like almost, it was like better. It was weird.
It was really good.
It was really good. Like, I don't know, because I was thinking it was just me because I was like been exercising and kind of running without much food today, and I was hungry. But then I don't know, we were both just ravenously eat. It was really good. Actually, that's the stuff we had at our wedding. That's funny. Not our wedding, but Beck and I, we actually catered it through Reno's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was cool. Well, we just got pizza. It was fun. So it's kind of fitting that I'm celebrating my birthday with the pie. Matt's been cleaning his gear, getting things set up, bought a couple things, dabbling with the keyboard. Nice. Matt started on the Porta 02. No EQ. Yeah, it's pretty bare bones, so... Hey, Bobby, what's going on? Bobby says, hi, Mike and Jay. Hello, Mike and Jay.
What's up, Bobby?
He said, I was looking online at this pawn shop's inventory, and they have 424 Mark III for $80. I'm going to go check tomorrow, so I hope it works. Dang. You better check quick, man. I might be going on that. What's the name of the shop real quick? We just had come through, and they were saying that they're looking for a 424 or 414. There you go. You can find some good stuff out there for cheap. Just gotta look and know the places to look, I guess. Another one is, I think, Goodwill. I've heard people having good experiences through Goodwill online because they seem to get a lot of random music equipment through there.
Yeah, Goodwill online actually is like an auction site. And you can sign up, you make a free account and verify, and then you can place bids on shit. It proxy bids for you like eBay does.
That's cool. So it's kind of like an eBay, but for Goodwill.
Yeah, but I also feel like people are sort of hip to it. So like,
so they can bid it up then.
Oh yeah, they'll bid it up, and there's still snipe bids and shit like that happen on there, and there are clearly people who know what things are worth on there because it's like the collectors go in, man, and they just horn everybody out. That's how it works.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem, right? It's
I lost my train of thought in the middle of that, but yeah, that's the basic idea. Is that like?
Well, yeah. That seems to happen with everything. It's like, and that's the same thing with Craigslist too. Is like people know what they have now, but when something goes up that's like a good deal, it's usually you try to email that and it's gone. And I know I've known people who have like alerts set up for sites like that where it'll say like, email me when the TascFam keyword goes up on Craigslist. Email me when the Mackie mixer goes up on Goodwill.com. It's crazy. Like the degrees at which people go to. My problem is I just don't care enough to do that kind of a thing, and I don't have the cash flow. But yeah, it's kind of like that's the kind of thing, right? It's like it's funny because I follow a couple of retro video gaming channels. We talked about this with Bobby a little bit, and I mentioned it before, and it's kind of the same thing with that. There's people who just want to enjoy playing NES games for the hobby of it.
Yeah.
But then you get people, these collectors, scumbag sellers that will go around and to the flea markets and things like that, find all the good copies, buy them for $2 and then try to flip them for $30-40 because they look on eBay and say, oh, well, these sold for this much. So it's kind of a shame in that sense. People who are just for the hobby or the hobbyist recorder or, you know, even the 4-track stuff. It's like you used to be able to find one for pretty cheap and now they've been bid up or, you know, I don't know, maybe they're just getting older or it's becoming in vogue. I would hate to think that the channel has anything to do with the prices going up. I don't know if that's like, what do you say? Like, I wouldn't think that it would. I don't think I have that much pull or swing, but I would hate to think that it does. But yeah, it's just one of those things, right? It's like, you know, the almighty dollar. Once people know that you can sell stuff, you know, that was like what happened with this guy. Jody luckily let me borrow this, you know.
Yeah.
But the same thing with this. It was once people heard this was out of print, which it's not. I did a video on it. The prices, there was one out going for, the current bid was $8,600. The thing costs $1,000 new. Now it costs a little more than that, but
turtleneck, you have to read the listings. Most of the Goodwill branches on that site will ship, but there are certain things on there, certain branches that are not willing to ship.
Oh, really? I didn't. Okay,
yeah.
so there's
some of it's local pickup. Like I was looking at, there was a Silverface Super Reverb on there for like $500. It's a pretty good deal, I guess.
Good, yeah.
But there was no shipping, and it was in like Escobedo, California, some shit. Like, you know, that does fuck all for me.
I was wondering how that worked. I've never actually purchased anything on there. I've only heard of people doing it. It's because I wasn't sure if it was all like centralized and then shipped out, but that makes sense. It's just based on the location. Interesting. If anybody has any experience using that, definitely hit us up in the chat. I'm curious. Like now, I've heard good things. I've heard people finding some good shit on there. So I would definitely check out always Craigslist, whatever the equivalent is in Canada. Those sort of things, of course. Those sort of places, of course, are like, you know, the best places to get stuff. That's where I got, you know, mine from, and $50. Can't go wrong with that, man. The deals are out there, and you just gotta find them. But the other thing is, it depends how much work they need, right? But that's why I think some of these people are trying to justify, oh, it's like $1,000. Here's the repair bill, but I think that's just crazy. But hey, maybe we'll see the market revived by TascFam. Who knows? If they're becoming that much more popular. I mean, we've talked about this once or twice on the stream a couple months ago. You know, they put out that new deck, but I think like Jay was saying, nobody really manufactures those, you know, heads anymore for these things. But who knows? Maybe they'll have a 30-year anniversary model or 40. Who knows? I don't know. That could be cool. It would be really cool. I think there'd be a good market for it, and I think people would get it for the fun of it. But you know, I think they'd have a lot of people, you know, for the novelty of it, and then they'd have people like us who want to just like use it because it's fun.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before. The Dream collab. They could do National Audio Company tapes, ship with it, and you know, they could do something cool. But
yeah, I don't know that they'll ever bring back.
Nah, I mean,
manufacturing in the new shit.
It's a pipe dream for sure.
Yeah.
Gabe,
I mean,
what's up,
it's
Gabe?
kind of stupid that they don't bring it back, really, because
maybe they're watching this now.
Well, you think about it. Like, if you offered a brand new and improved version of that machine, like, you know, you limit it to like a production of 5,000 numbered ones, man, you'd fucking murder sales on that
pre-order
thing.
Would be gone.
Oh my god!
This is actually a prototype of the 30th anniversary.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. They could make a killing with this thing, just for the novelty of it, and then, like you're saying, they do a limited run of it.
Go through the fucking forums and find all the shit that always broke on those, and redesign the machine to be a little bit more, maybe ergonomic in its layout, and
shit, they get 424 Mark IV.
There you go.
We could do it. Let's get on the phone with these guys and see what the deal is. Gabe, what's going on, TascFam? Bobby said he usually pay 40 to 50 for stereo equipment. Nice. Bobby was saying that he picked some stuff up on there. That's sick. Just curious, your recs on any piece of gear near use under $500? Yes, new production will be killer. Hell yeah. Gabe, that's an interesting question. Just curious, your recommendations on any piece of gear, new or used, under 500?
In what regard?
Yeah, can you be more specific with the question? That's a really good. Like, I feel like, man, under $500, like any kind of recording gear. It sounds like any piece of new gear, new or used, under 500.
Yeah, I gotta know, like, in what realm, like, what...
Yeah, maybe a little more specifics with it.
Like, instruments, or
Yeah,
recording shit,
gear,
or microphones, or, I mean...
apps.
Christ, that's like...
DAWs. I guess it depends what you're trying to do. Or you just have, like, gas at the moment, and you're just like, I got $500. You got your tax return, and it's burning a hole in your pocket. Probably a lot of people, right, this time of year. Oh, production-wise, okay. What kind of stuff are you producing? Is it like rock? Are you doing? I'm trying to think what do you think the number one thing is to get first when you first start recording?
Well,
like if you only had $500 to upgrade your setup right now.
Well, is it an upgrade or is it a start from scratch?
It's doing synthy indie rock. Yeah, is it upgrade or are you starting anew?
Yeah, I mean, I
upgrade.
think... Well, I guess if your recording medium is up to snuff, converters,
That's what Jason said, interface question mark.
Yeah, like... But even that, I mean, for $500... You probably, unless you have like $100 interface, you're not going to upgrade much on the new or used market for $500. I mean, you might get a hold of like some used Focusrite stuff, which is meh.
Yeah.
But it really depends.
And I would say too that if you have vocals, it would be worth trying to find. This is something came up a couple streams ago too, and something I've been needing to talk about. Or we were talking about it somewhere recently. Maybe it was last week. But finding just the importance of finding a mic that works with your voice, I think, is always a good one. And that could be, an SM57, an SM58, or it could be something that's, a condenser that's worth more. I don't know. But if you have some money to spend and you don't have something that you're like complements your voice, I always would recommend that for people. Because, I don't know, for me at least, a big thing was always... I just never liked the way my vocals sounded, and it was partially the technique, I guess, but also certain mics just flattered my voice, and that turned out to be a 58, and I checked out the beta 58A, I think it is, and I have never turned back, but I think that's always a good place too.
Connor, the C1000s I've only ever used as drum overheads, and nothing about that really impressed me. I don't know. They're sort of brassy and a little bit harsh.
They're like pencil condensers, or?
No, I don't know if they're actual large diaphragms or if they're a small diaphragm in a bigger body, but they're not pencils.
I'm looking it up. Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what the capsule size actually is inside
High performance
there.
small diaphragm.
C1000S. Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, that's an interesting... I've never seen these.
It's not really a pencil. It's kind of like... I don't know.
Yeah, it's a funny grill on there. It almost looks like a SM58 or something.
Yeah, it's like...
It says the Swiss Army knife of microphones.
Yeah.
So do they come in like a pair, or is it...
I think they're sold by the each.
Interesting. Yeah, I would say probably the biggest upgrades too. I mean, depending on what you're doing in your room too. I mean, Gabe, looking to upgrade. I feel like a good sounding room goes a long way with recording anything. So, I guess not that I'm advocating necessarily spending money on like sound stuff, sound treatment, but
I mean, for $500, you can buy a fuck ton of 2x4s and Roxol and felt for treating your space. But
yeah, I guess I just feel like I noticed the biggest difference in my recordings over the years based on like where I did them.
yeah,
And
for sure.
came down to like just the rooms that were available to me, and it seems like one of those things a lot of people think about last almost is like, oh well, I'll get all the equipment.
Because it's usually the last thing you learn about as you're learning engineering.
It's
People
also, like,
always warn you about room acoustics, but it doesn't really start to make sense until you've been at it for a while.
yeah, and it's not that sexy either. You know, it's like
Nah, it's kind of...
it's not as sexy as a C1000. You know, it's kind of like, oh man, you tell me to upgrade my room. That's not something that's like.
Yeah, I mean, it's not fancy, and you can't, like, you can show it to the musicians who might come to record with you, and they're like,
Yeah, and hey, when you put
I don't
out your
give a fuck
recordings,
about fucking
and
insulation.
they sound
Yeah,
awesome,
it's
and they're
like-
like, how'd you do that?
yeah. But,
I don't give a
Roxol...
fuck about insulation.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of like what the mindset's like. It's like, yeah, I just built this, chunk bass trap in the corner over here, and I cover it with this material that I think's fucking sweet. And people are like, I don't give a fuck about that. Where do my drums go?
Yeah, yeah.
All
What
right, well,
what are you using the mic on my drums?
Whatever.
Girlfriend won't allow acoustic upgrades.
Cement walls with tall ceilings is not the worst thing. Cement walls with low ceilings would be 100 times worse than that.
Yo, thanks for coming through,
For a pair of overheads, around $200.
Oh, what? MPF is live right now? He has a competing stream with us? Nah, I was kidding.
Connor, I would see if you can find some of
I'm
the
gonna go troll Mike.
some ADK like S7Bs. I've used those. They're pretty good. They're a Chinese made whatever mic, but I own a pair of those and they sound decent on the in the overhead realm. I've tracked drum kits with them that way before. With them as the only mic, actually. A couple times, so. Drum kits with them that.
Yo, I can't believe MPF Mike's competing with us right now. Gonna be like, hey, yo, what gives, bro? Trolling the MPF project right now. If you guys want to go troll him, what gives, bro? Competing streams. He'll get a kick out of that. That's cool. I'm glad Mike's doing some work tonight. That's cool. That's really funny. Thanks for pointing that out, Matt. I like that. Yeah, I just threw some comments in there. I said, "What gives, man? Competing streams." Yeah, let's raid the chat. Let's do it. Hey, Andrew, what's up? Thank you. Appreciate that. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a couple streams. Cement walls with low ceilings sound like my basement.
Yeah, you want to see what that's like, or what that could be like, though, with a little bit of even oddball and arbitrary treatment. Go find that video of Steve Albini like in the 90s. It's like a VHS interview in his basement studio in his house where he like made that Fugazi record and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like this bombed out concrete wall basement with like fucking mattresses hiding behind like tapestries and drapes and shit. It's like,
What?
But it worked, man. The record sounds good. So, and I still, regardless of treatment, I still feel like you can make good records anywhere as long as you're paying attention. Like, if you absolutely can't modify the space, you could still make something good in it if you're smart about how you work.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you're close miking things.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see Connor asked, or did you answer this already? He said, well, wondering if they'd be decent overheads. What would you recommend for a pair of overheads around 200?
That's what I said. The ADK S7Bs.
Oh, okay.
I would look for those.
Yeah, we're just trolling Mike. That's funny. 424 raid. That's funny. Yeah, I got one. I got his up over here too. That's funny. Cool, Gabe. I hope that answers your question. In terms of the $500 spend. I guess if you're doing synth, you like the synth that you have, the sounds that you're getting from it. If you're doing live drums, make sure you have a snare. I recommend always upgrading the snare. It seems to me, at least from my experience, if the snare sounds good, no matter, I mean, obviously the rest of the kit, tuning it and doing whatever you want to do to it to get it to sound how you think sounds cool, but just having a good snare and a good snare sound can really make or break an entire drum set sound. So I always advocate for either changing your heads or tuning your drum differently, or if your drum doesn't work that great, or if it's, it depends how it sounds, but upgrading the snare is always a great idea. If you're doing actual drums. Man, 500. I feel like 500 goes a long way today, depending on what you get. Bill Jim, what's going on? Where's the pizza? I want you to smear pepperoni down the camera lens. Yeah, I get it nice and greasy. It'll look like a dream sequence. Because we're living the dream. Embrace the natural reverb. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but there's definitely such a thing as good and bad natural reverb.
Well, that's check out the rooms that you have available to you, and if it sounds good to you, it is good, right?
That's very true.
Poo anybody's.
Nope, definitely not.
One man's treasure is another man's. Oh no, what is it? One
man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah,
that.
There we go. Jason said, I'm not worrying much about my post-lo-fi sound. I will look into Albini, though.
Yeah, that Albini video is pretty interesting. He gives a really quick glimpse behind some of the sheets and blankets and shit that cover the dangling mattresses and things.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I think it was 90. I can't remember. Maybe it was 92, 95. I don't know. You'll find it, though. There's only one that's obviously off of VHS tape without Albini.
That's cool. We're still trolling Mike. That's so funny. It's truly funny. Mike's doing the Rocksmith thing over there. I've never heard of Rocksmith before. I saw Mike do. That's funny. I think he's coming here now. I see him. Bill Jim, any updates on the band situation in Woodstock? Did you hear about this? Did you? Or oh no, this was in the comments. So Bill Jim, I think some of his relatives live in Woodstock. Apparently, there's a bunch of I don't know how old these people are, but they're broke into Big Pink recently, and we're trying to recreate historical events from the band and Bob Dylan's motorcycle crash. Have you heard about any of this? Because you're basically local to the
I don't know anything about that. Big Pink is, it's not far from my house at all. I hadn't heard about that. But Big Pink is inhabited full time by
that's what happened.
The guy
These
who
guys
owns it.
Broke in, and the owner came down and was like, "What the hell are you doing?" They were setting up, getting ready to play. They didn't realize somebody lived there.
And recreating his motorcycle crash, you just got to drive down the fuck is that?
They're
it's Xena Road, I guess, on that end where he laid his motorcycle down in the S-turn by a mill. And then his brother's house was right on 212 on the way to Bearsville. It's still standing there. I just drove past it last week.
It's like Bob Dylan and the band LARPing.
And I don't understand what the fuck that is, though.
Yeah, that's what Bill Jim was saying. I don't think he's pulling our leg there with that either.
I don't know, man. I hadn't heard anything about that.
Oh yeah, thoughts? Okay, that's a good question. Where are we in the stream? Maybe this will make a highlight. I've been wanting to do some highlight reels on the stream. I can't really tell how far deep we are here. Oh wait, yeah, I can. We're about 54 minutes in. Okay, so here we go. This is gonna be a good one. Thank you, Twin, for bringing this up. Maybe this will make a highlight. Let's see. So, Jay. Thoughts on the new Woodstock Festival 50th anniversary. Hold on, let's do that again. Jay, thoughts on the 50th anniversary of Woodstock?
Isn't that Greta Von Fleet playing that shit or whatever.
Yeah, Greta Von Fleet. We got I think Jay-Z is coming out. I think I heard that. Well, I think the Black Keys. That makes sense. And
Let me just say this. Here's your soundbite. I thought that Limp Bizkit playing Woodstock '99 was an insult.
oh, I thought you were gonna say that was like
No. I thought that was a
can't get
fucking.
better than
I
that.
thought that was a fucking insult, man.
Yeah.
Some of the shit that's listed on that bill, like, they should be fucking ashamed of themselves.
yeah.
It has nothing to do with the original movement of
intent.
Woodstock, which was a counterculture and a coming together of people. What it has everything to do with, even '94. Yeah,
Yeah.
was that De Niro, man?
Yeah. I mean, I think I would like to think that the idea of it like is there.
There ain't
like,
nothing wholesome about that.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing about Woodstock, right? And I remember watching the documentary. They may even say this, but another thing I never realized, and I thought it was very poignant. I think they say is everybody thought Woodstock was going to be the beginning of this like awakening, and the hippie movement was going to take on even more, strides and do even more things. And what a lot of people didn't realize was that it was actually the end of that era, not the beginning.
No.
And I thought that was like,
Although, I don't know, the hippie sort of culture.
well, things like fell apart after that. because
They did, and people started to wake up
It's just
and embrace their realities, I think, a bit more after that. But you still saw that hippie sort of counterculture thing, the death rattle of it carried on through even into I don't know, like the late 70s, really. You know, 75, 6, 7, like that.
But something that was probably the biggest event in that.
Oh yeah, for
counterculture,
sure, absolutely.
Where, this is amazing what we did, isn't this? And it was, but rather than that being the start of it, it was actually like you said, the beginning of the end. So, yeah, I don't know, Woodstock '99 or no, Woodstock 50th anniversary. I think it's cool. I also think it's kind of like a branding thing.
I think it's whack.
They should just call it Watkins Glen Fest or something. It's not Woodstock.
Michael Lang is probably out of fucking money again.
Yeah, it's a cash grab. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. It's kind of it's like anything else, like the idea of Woodstock is kind of a shell of itself today, and I hate to just be negative, but it's like a branding thing. It's like, oh, Woodstock 50th anniversary. It's even Woodstock 99 or 94 or whatever it was,
Well, 94 at least had some of the bands that were original to the 69 festival.
Well, there's some Hot Tuna is playing.
Oh, yeah.
Candy.
Yeah, but it was fucking Kenny Aronoff playing drums for all the bands from 1969 now.
John
I mean,
Fogerty's
it's
coming through.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Do we just sound like curmudgeons? What does the chat think? What do you guys think? Twin brought it up.
I don't know. I think it's definitely a money grab and it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to celebrate anything that has anything to do with the original intent.
Definitely not. Should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, Jay-Z and Miley Cyrus, yeah.
Oh my God, Miley Cyrus too.
Well, the thing is, like Woodstock, I just the original one, it wasn't this. Just seems very commercialized, right? It's kind of like the corporate Woodstock or something. Music doesn't mean the same thing it meant back then,
No.
Music doesn't drive the culture. Maybe hip hop does and rap, but in terms of rock music today, when's the last time somebody was like, you got to check out this rock album?
I mean, in the mainstream realm.
When's the last time a rock album? It's not like Imagine Dragons moved you to start recycling or something. There's not that message in the music.
No.
That's what it's just people don't have any skin in the game anymore. There's nothing at stake. They just want to sell out to the almighty dollar.
Yeah, that's all.
So they could have their
fucking money, man.
Song in a fucking Apple commercial. That's it's all Tim Cook's fault. I'm just kidding. Love you, Tim. Even though you make $60,000 an hour, I still can't get over that. Yo, Third Island, what's going on? Good to see you again tonight. He said, sorry I didn't get at the beginning. Got a TascFam 44 reel-to-reel today doing hard drive. All right, cool, man. Check out Third Island's channel. I don't know if you guys know about Third Island. He's a little bit under the radar. He does some 4-track repairs and things like that. It's a great channel if you want to learn how to repair some stuff, and a true indie channel for you. So check that one out. That's a really good. So is that it on the Woodstock talk? Anything else to say? Let's check in with the peeps. We got nothing like 3 days of peace, love, and rock and roll, brought to you by $1 Million Corporations. All caps. Love it. Yeah, it's the fucking what is it? The festival culture, you know. Woodstock with a $. Nice one, Gabe. Oh boy, I don't know if we can air that one, Matt, but point taken. That's something else we could mention, I suppose. But why does Weezer's Black Album sound like Imagine Dragons? I haven't even listened to that. Oh, we get an update on the band thing. Yeah, Big Pink owner didn't press charges, so they're back to being freak shows. I've also heard they played to Woodstock nursing homes because the senile actually think they are the band. So in turn, they get off more. Huh. I want to go to one of these fake band shows and see what the deal is. That's so weird. I mean, it's so strange.
I don't see anything about that. And
yeah, I was trying to look like Hudson Valley One or like local news or something. I didn't see anything going on with it. Bill Jim said he's got the inside scoop. Got no reason not to believe in Bill Jim. Okay. New. We're still going. This looks like it stopped. Oh, I have it on pause. We got another question coming in, or another statement. I thought this was funny. I saw this too from Jason. Jason said, "Did you guys lose all your MySpace tunes?" So I think this is like 101 in case we do a little soundbite. MySpace. Have you heard about this, Jay?
no.
MySpace. I saw a really funny article on it, but to paraphrase, I think, well, MySpace, the early pre-Facebook, post-Friendster social media giant that lost favor in the social media wars, announced a couple days ago that pretty much anything MP3 wise from, I don't know, like mid 2000s or late 2000s back is all gone. Like anything that if you had your high school band's tracks on there, they're no longer. They did a server dump and got rid of everything.
I figured they did that shit a long time ago.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's not really too surprising, but
No, I assumed that like when MySpace died the first time, I assumed that they were
that was already happening. So,
Yeah,
so
like
there's
there was
like nothing lost.
they fucking pulled the handle on the fucking server toilet and just let the whole thing rip, man. Figured it's swimming with the gators and fishes by now.
Yeah. Well, that's what's funny is.
But
That's what people said. They kind of said, "Oh, well," they said that it was lost in a migration accidentally.
yeah, bullshit.
But the idea of those, like, it's a nice way of saying we're not going to spend the money to back up stuff that people don't even look at or haven't looked at in 20 years.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I don't know.
I feel like I cut you off there.
I don't remember, but it's like, yeah, I don't know, man.
So yeah,
So MySpace, let's go staying on that topic. Like,
yeah.
did the people pull the plug on MySpace, or did MySpace pull the plug on the people? Because I can't really remember how that happened. Is it that we all moved to Facebook and MySpace just like died quietly in a corner, or
The weirdest thing is
or
that,
did
like,
they kill it
at
for
one
us
point-
so we moved? I can't even remember now.
I think it was the same as like the movement from Friendster to MySpace. You know, people in Facebook, there was like maybe people saw something different or better.
I don't
and
know.
people
Yeah.
moved to that. But I mean, there was all sorts of stuff. Like MySpace was active in band communities and still a viable way to like book tours and meet other bands for a long time.
Yeah.
Those were kind of the only people that were still on there. And then I think in the like the 2010s or something, MySpace tried to relaunch and rebrand with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I
apparently,
do
like,
remember
at the
that
forefront, which was kind of amazing. Like speaking of death rattles,
Yeah.
the Dead Cat Bounce, right? Which it seems to me like the MySpace thing. I don't know if somebody made a misstep there, you know, or
I'm not sure.
because that was like the thing and the place to be for a long time. And remember the when you go to somebody's page, they could have like a song playing and it would like automatically start.
Yep.
You know, I think there were some choices that were left over in the MySpace paradigm from Web 1.0 that just fell out of favor. People were like, I don't want to use this site anymore if, you know, this random track from some Screamo band is going to play every time I visit my crush's profile. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about MySpace? Did that like just completely... that's a really good question. Was it the people that abandoned it, or did the platform abandon the people? Or did it not evolve with the times?
Well, I think that's probably part of it, because
It kind of seems like Facebook just had a better platform, you know? It's much like Friendster, MySpace to Friendster, you know? They kind of perfected that social media platform, and now look, it's, you know, kind of the place that's still around. It's probably going to be around forever. Fascinating.
Well, you know, I don't know, man. Like, I think the social media platforms come and go and make their own, you know, make their own demise, sort of. You know, there are a lot of changes that happen. MySpace, I suspect, must have made some miscalculation when it came to their algorithms or whatever the fuck it was, which made Facebook seem like a more viable commodity to people. And then, you know, I think Facebook took a hit when things like Snapchat happened and, you know, whatever. Instagram definitely put a dent in them, but they've found ways to continually maintain. But eventually there will be something bigger and better than they are, and it will wither and die also. It's just taking longer than...
I think their big move was purchasing Instagram. I think Instagram, they recognized that was going to be...
Yeah, because it was chink in their armor, man.
The dagger in their back, you know? Yeah. And because like that, at the time, they bought it for some like unprecedented amount, like billions and billions of dollars. People are like, this is crazy. But look now, I mean, that's some pretty good foresight on Mark's behalf. Like, that's what's a big part, I bet, what's keeping them going. I mean, Instagram's like the hot shit right now.
Yeah.
You know,
can I just say that I'm like so fucking tired of Instagram though?
Yeah.
I just like, I'm so fucking over it. It's been like weeks since I've gone on there.
I put up like a quick birthday thing. I don't know if it's just I'm old or I don't have interest in the story stuff or like posting story. I don't know.
I'm just so over it, man.
I try to keep track of some of the TascFam and see what's going on, like, see what people are up to, but it's tough, man. It's a hard thing to split your time with again. And
I just feel like every time I go on there, I get sucked into a fucking rabbit hole, and like half the shit I follow is like, you know, boutique gear manufacturers, and they just regurgitate like the same fucking pictures of shit all the time. And it's like, I don't give a fuck what asshole with the soul patch is playing your fucking, you know, your 2019 model guitar. Like, I was over your 2017 model guitar. Like, I just, you know, I'm supporting you because I'm a nice guy, not because I really care.
That's the new boss, same as the old boss.
Oh, fuck.
You know, the thing for me with Instagram that was like kind of the nail in the coffin was... at one point I was looking through the feeds, and all of a sudden there's like an American Express ad, and then there's an ad for, you know, Arby's or some shit, and it's like, I don't go to Instagram to look at ads. What I liked about Instagram was that I could curate my feed to look at stuff that I want to look at, like boutique makers, what the TascFam's doing, what friends are doing, you know, what bands I enjoy that I follow and they were doing, and it just is becoming inundated again by the corporate machine of, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm not better with the channel, you know, this stuff's monetized, there's ads on it, but for some reason Instagram to me was never like that, you know. It's kind of something I feel like I've come to expect to YouTube when I look at other YouTube videos, like there's always ads and shit, and you know, but on Instagram it never seemed, it kind of seemed like a bastion of you know, there weren't any ads on there. It was kind of, you know, it was nice. Yeah. And then I don't want to be scrolling through and inundated with more Instagram or like more ads and shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because at least with I mean, you can justify anything, but yeah. But anyway, so Instagram's the hot shit now. You know, what about Snapchat? Is that something I know that's like a
I
lot of
don't
things.
know.
People-
I mean,
TikTok,
I know.
think, is the big thing amongst like kids now. I don't even fuck with that. I don't want to know anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that shit. I see ads
It
for
looks,
it.
it looks
like,
so crazy. That shit, like the ads they play, it's like
yeah, it's a bunch of like
really, like this
really
is what
fucking
people,
rando people that you
this is what
don't want
people
anything to
now?
do with.
Yeah.
So-
Art is bread. What up? They said I saw a band that restored my faith in the do-it-yourself attitude. They were called Plague Vendor. Frontman was swinging upside down from the rafters. That sounds awesome. Any vids on that? I'd love to check that out. Oh, I don't know why they're not doing an article on this, but it'd definitely be one hell of a Vice documentary. What about a 4x4 documentary? Maybe we could track these guys down. I'm gonna do it. Jason actually had a great idea. Jay, I don't know what you think of this, but he said that I should follow you around for a day and
Oh man,
chronicle the life of Jay Anderson, Amp Tech to the Stars. What do you think about that?
I don't know about that.
No, I think it'd be fun. Get some interviews, see what happens in the daily life of Jay.
I mean, we'd probably have to like set up something, or else you'd just basically be like sitting around my house for 3 hours watching coffee and cigarettes be consumed, and then
Hanging out with the cat.
you'd watch me fucking throw things and solder some stuff, and then you'd watch me drive 35 minutes to work for 2 hours and drive back, and then I don't fucking know.
Cut it together.
I mean, you might want to come by for like a week so that it looks like something happened, but yeah, if you want.
Wasn't that the exact response that was predicted? Yeah, Jason. Jason was messaging me about this, and that was pretty much the exact reaction we were expecting. It was like, propose the idea. At first, you'd be like, "What?" and then you'd lay out why it wouldn't be fun, and then that's pretty much it.
Well, I'm telling you, I
Case
mean,
closed.
you're welcome to do it if you want to, but
Well, yo, if people want to
know
see that, drop a 1 in the chat. Let us know.
I don't know that you're really
you want
gonna
to see a
enjoy
J
it.
doc? I think it'd be fun.
Just don't come by on a day where I have to like go paint or anything. I don't.
Just like literally.
You're not gonna like sleep over my house or nothing, right? Like to really start when the sun comes up and shit.
Unless it's like a ghost hunters thing where
I
you
don't
like.
know. I could put you up in the landlord's house. You can do some ghost hunting overnight and then fucking stop by in the morning.
That place is
Come by about 10:30 when I'm having coffee out the fucking window.
I think it'd be funny. Yeah, we'd have to find like a central theme around which to organize a J doc. Maybe it could start out as a documentary on you, but then we go in search of these band freaks that are recreating all these band moments.
Yo, you know it'd be fucking funny? We make like a mockumentary about that.
That could be cool.
Make it like all black and white and shit and go stop by and like...
Yeah.
Actually, you really could like...
That would be fun, man. We should... That's a great idea. But make it seem like we're serious about it.
But I could take you to meet people who actually used to hang out with the band, so you really could like lend credence to that shit.
Oh, that would be funny.
You could go meet like Zaloom and shit, and he'll tell you all about how fucking crazy a drug addict fucking what's that guy's name? Levon Helm was in his day.
That would make for some fascinating. I think that'd be fun. I really want to. There's this other thing too. Similar along that. There's all these signs. Around. Have you ever seen the signs that say hazyrhythmwonderband.com?
Yes.
Have you ever gone to that site?
No.
Dude, I finally saw enough of them. So I guess, all right, maybe this will go in another documentary. Let me make a timestamp 113. So around town, through my travels of the Hudson Valley, I've seen these signs. They're like painted, hand painted. I'll have to take a picture of these. They're just pasted up on telephone poles. They're like, I don't know, maybe 3x4, 3x5 pieces of wood or something. Maybe smaller than that. My measurements might be off. It's like a viral marketing campaign for hazyrhythmwonderband.com. to me, I thought I've seen these in the most random spots, like along state highways. There's one in New Paltz by like the beer distributor coming into town, which you probably saw today if you noticed it. There's like one that's like out in Hyde Park somewhere. I've seen them like pretty far in a shape. I'd like to like plot them on like a map and see where the central spot is, but yeah, it's just some guy. Sounds like he does cassette recordings, really wacky, out there kind of stuff, like almost soundscape stuff. The website is like very oddly like Web 1.0. Yeah, and it's just the weirdest thing. And I've finally seen enough of this sign in all these different weird places to be like, what the hell is that? Let me look up the website, and I guess I could link it to it. I thought it was gonna just be like a jam band or something, you know, like Hazy Rhythm Wonder Band. Sounds like it'd be like a band you go see at like Snugs over here, you know, in New Paltz, or
Yeah.
they're playing somewhere in Woodstock or something. But the weirdest thing, man, the weirdest thing. I'd love to do a little doc on that too, because it's just like I'm gonna share the link to that because it's just very, very fascinating. Like. There's actually somebody did an article on it from WPDH. I was reading that, which is probably gives you everything you need to know about this, but maybe I could... Actually, this is kind of perfect. They have a picture of it here. So check out this link if you're interested in what I was just explaining with this Hazy Rhythm Wonder Band thing. But yeah, you heard it here first. No, technically WPDH actually did something 2 years ago on it, but it's so strange. I think that he kind of nails the whole thing about it. Like, but yeah, check out the website. It's fascinating. But I'd like to try to hunt that guy down. You know what it is? I feel like it's not as interesting in the internet era because if it was like just trying to find this guy, like now you can just Google him and I could probably just email him and have him on the stream next week if we wanted, you know. But it seems like it'd be more of like if it was like a mysterious like trying to find this guy kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I guess it's not that mysterious anymore in this era because it's like I could literally call the guy up probably tonight if I figured out the email or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is on the website. But just a weird thing. I figured I'd mention it because it's just so bizarre. Because it seems like it's like a marketing thing, but then it's literally just a guy who's trying to promote his music.
That's really fucking weird, man. I don't know.
It's weird. It's weird. Definitely check that out if you guys want to. Just it's one of those like interesting weird band kind of stories or something, or just mysteries. It's just mysterious. It's like I think like telephone pole advertising in general is very odd. You know, sometimes you just see like a random thing. It's like guitar lessons. And like a phone number.
Yeah, it's like some like plastic little
work?
sign. I don't fucking know. If you want guitar lessons from a serial killer, that probably works. I mean, otherwise, no.
It'll be like other random businesses though too. It'll be like, you know, like newspaper delivery, and it'll give you like a number. It's like that shit works. Like, I don't know. So bizarre.
I don't know, man. It's interesting though.
Capro Doc would be sick too. Yeah, hell yeah. Yo, Connor, thanks for coming through. Yeah, we're gonna crush the rest of that pizza pie for sure. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for having a little celebratory birthday thing. MPF is here. Hey, Mike, what's up with that competing stream, bro? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Matt was saying you were a competing stream over there. We figured we'd troll you a little bit. Good to see you're making the music, doing your thing. Thanks for coming by. We still love you too. Our friend in the Great White North. Yeah, so we got a lot of docs to make, man. We got the J doc, we got the Hazy Rhythm Wonder Band doc, we got the fake the band doc, and we got the Hazy Capro doc. Maybe we could just make them all one big doc somehow. I needed to get it done. Any good options for decent recording spaces on the cheap? Storage units. I played in a couple different bands that had practiced and rented out storage units that were either exposed to the elements, meaning they were not climate controlled, and ones that were also climate controlled. And I'm actually considering getting another one for the next couple months once it's nicer out, maybe in New Paltz, maybe one a little bit further down the road. But yeah, I mean, for cheap, and if the people are down, meaning like around here, there's like a certain company guardian. Depending on which one you go to, they seem pretty cool because I've practiced at. I've known of people practicing at least 3 or 4 different ones in the area. But yeah, because it's kind of the perfect thing because it'll be like a couple $100 maybe. Usually it's about $150, and if you have other people, it's like dirt cheap. 24/7 access. If it's in a remote location, which a lot of the ones up here sort of are, you can rock it out whenever. Usually it's just funny when other people kind of show up and are like, they like drop their shit off and they're either like curious about what you're doing or they're like don't give a hell at all. Sometimes that's funnier. Sometimes you can find new fans of your band. But I mean, the thing with it is, the security. I mean, obviously it's in like a gated thing, but sometimes it's worrisome with like locks and things like that. As long as you lock it up, but I never used to leave anything that was too precious to me when I used to go. But because that would suck, right? If people knew your location. But if you carry in, carry out, or have an old drum kit and an old amp or something, and you want to go play or practice. I wouldn't leave my computer there. I wouldn't leave like mics there.
No.
But as like a place to go rock out on the drums once in a while, if I could do that like 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away, like fuck yeah. So yeah, that's always like a good option depending on where you are. Other than that, I mean, there's a couple places around here that are sort of artist colony type buildings where they have, shared spaces or spaces you can rent. I don't know. Turtleneck did it. Doing the thing. We got the Do not adjust.
You cannot be shielded from the Kevin Shields.
I like both of them together. Kevin, nice of you to stop by.
That concludes our official Kevin Shields interview.
Wait, he's got more to say. Yeah.
Has the battery died in that yet?
No, man. It's still the same battery. Gotta make some more tracks with that. Yeah, so coming up on 9 p.m., we got a couple minutes left. If anybody has any final questions, we could use a Jay, what up with that? Matt, if you're out there. Schizophrenic, mechanic, old school, OG. If you're out there, buddy, and you got a Jay, what up with that? Or anybody has a Jay, what up with that question for the final segment, the 424 Live experience. Man, so many fun things tonight. I'm excited about this. I want to find this band, the band guys that are going around doing all the, like reenacting all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm still not finding it. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It seems very. I don't know. I feel like that's something you'd have a pulse on too, Jay. It seems like,
I'll ask around, man.
Yeah. Oh, house shows. I don't know. I think we missed that comment. Turtleneck was asking about house shows. Turning my friend's pool house into a house show venue. Awesome. Maybe not super soon, but sometime. I prefer house shows over bars, even if I don't get paid. Yeah. there's something to be said about all ages kind of shows. That's the problem with a lot of places around here, a lot of venues around here, is that they're usually dive bar type situations. And I mean, there's a lot of house shows in New Paltz too, which is great. And they seem to be a very, alive and functioning part of a music scene, and then disappear overnight and come back and new ones pop up. And so like an ever-growing organism, I guess. But yeah, that sounds awesome. I would definitely go for that. Those are usually the best ones to play, and you always usually meet a lot of cool people doing them. So
Yeah.
sounds like Kevin has explosive diarrhea. Yeah. So all right, I don't know if I have a Jay. What up with that? Oh, did you listen to 1000 Hertz? This is
Haven't yet.
oh okay. So
Admittedly.
maybe this the shellac conversation for next week.
Well, I mean, I have other shellac records, but
Well, yeah, I guess we could talk about it.
excuse me.
Oh, here's the vid from back in the day of our house shows from Jason. Cool. That I'm gonna queue that up on my browser over here. Long sleeves tour journal. Nice. This looks awesome. 12 minutes, 8 years ago. Nice. September 4th through 6th. This looks cool, man. Drew, Chris, Julius, and I drove from Milwaukee to Madison and spent most of the day with Connie and Jason. Very cool. Connie and Jason host a house show in Madison. Oh, this sounds awesome. This sounds like a good way to end the night, man. I'll have to, Jason dropped a link in the chat. Awesome. I can't wait to check that out. The sound of 1000 hertz. Yeah, that's what I wanted to chat about, was 1000 hertz in particular. I gave it to Jay to borrow the other day. Last time I was there, he was going to rip it.
Yeah, I haven't ripped it yet. I haven't been.
Sick
I
album.
Enough free time
But
in the
yeah,
studio
I think
to do
some
that.
of my favorite shellac songs on that one. But we'll have to do that one next week. Oh, okay. Here we go, Jay. Have you heard about this story? I was gonna ask if that was if you didn't have a beard. I wasn't sure if that was you in the thumbnail of it, Jason. Okay, Matt said, Jay, Reverb officially banned the Pussy Melter pedal from their site, saying that it incites violence.
I don't know about it inciting violence. I would say that.
What up with that, Jay?
I would say that calling something the Pussy Melter pedal is in really, really fucking poor taste, and especially since you took the cue for the name of that from some fucking 80s butt rock asshole. Like, seriously, you're listening to some dickhead that used to fucking spend his entire day in spandex but wasn't in the circus? You must be fucking kidding me. Does that answer your question?
Or wasn't a professional wrestler.
Art is bred. Probably cringy as hell, but I'm in high school. How do you get people to play in your band? The recurring trend is that people are too lazy to commit.
Nice. Good one.
You can't force anyone to be in your band. Your best bet is to try to jam with every single person you can find who you can get to come over to your place. And the ones that click are the ones who will stay.
Yeah, you can't determine other people's level of involvement.
Yeah, and don't expect immediate success, you know? Like, it's going to take a lot of weeding out to get, you know, a lineup that's even practical, let alone functional.
And I would say try to play some shows too. You know, sometimes you can find people. Sometimes people who are your fans of your band can become your bandmates. Or I can count a lot of times when I've played a show and people came up and said that was awesome. Do you want to jam?
Right.
So I would say that's a really good way to meet people too, because then you'll probably find other people in your community that are not lazy and who also want to go out and do stuff. Right. You know, so
because no matter where you are, there are people near you that want to play actively, but you may not find them in your high school or
And I would say just don't
whatever. I mean
I don't want to say like hard and fast, don't do this, don't do that, but I guess my best advice would be let the people determine their level of involvement. Anytime you have to like twist, like you've mentioned this before, anytime you have to like twist somebody's arm,
you might as well forget it. If you gotta con them into coming there to do it, you might as well just fucking forget about it.
Yep. If they don't want to hang out after the show, or they're not into what's going on, or They say one thing and do another. Like, you know, let those people come to you, I guess. Like, I guess, you know, I always say that it's like a Taoist kind of philosophy. If you make yourself the strongest person that you can be, it will attract other people to you rather than you seeking those things out. Those things will seek you. So, yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that you're playing in a band and it's still a thing that people do at the high school age. I wasn't sure, you know.
Oh, it certainly is. The ones who aren't lost in the land of video games and shit
Yeah,
still
I
actually
could
go
see
out
the
and create
video
things.
game scene, man. It's crazy. I was looking up the statistics about that recently, and they said there's like 3.5 million people streaming per day.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Kind of wild. I think you're on the right track, though. You're doing the opposite. You're kind of going in a different direction. When everybody's going right, you're going left. I think that's always a good thing to do. That's always how I try to
go out and make cool shit.
Yeah, create something awesome.
Get out in the world and do something. You know, you're not gonna find. I don't know.
Yeah. Get involved with the local. Like that's what Turtleneck's kind of saying too.
Yeah, you're not gonna find a high level of lifelong enjoyment by playing with a plastic fucking box in your room, man. Unless you're like a keyboard
I was just
player.
reading
Then
about that.
if you're a keyboard player, maybe you will. But
or if you have the Kevin Shields alert, that'll give you hours of enjoyment.
You know.
Yeah,
you get my point. Get out and keep trying, jam with the people that you can find, and
hell yeah.
You know, make as many connections as you can make, because there's going to be people that you don't know right now that know people that you do know right now, and somehow in the scheme of things you'll, if you're lucky, get connected with those people, and you know, you can build your circle and build your own scene from there.
Be the change you want to see in the world, you know. Maybe put on the shows, hit up some open mics, get out there and put yourself out there. And I think there's something about, like I said, the magnetic laws of attraction. You know, people enjoy what you're doing. They'll, you know, the people that will come to you. There's so many stories about bands like that too. I think Yola Tango, the story about their bass players, similar to that. Like you either knew them or saw them playing, or I know Ira Kaplan, I think. Guitar player's name. He did sound at a venue in Hoboken. I can't think of the name of it. It recently closed, but you know, I met a lot of bands through doing that. I guess what I'm saying is, like, find some involvement in whatever scene is going on, and you know, or create your own, like Jay was saying, and you, like Jay was saying, you might not be able to find those people in your immediate vicinity, and that's okay, you know. Or start a channel, man.
And don't be afraid to, like, you know, reach out to friends of friends and shit either. I mean, like, even if it's somebody you just met casually or whatever, I mean, hit up everybody, because you never know who, like, the I don't know, the fucking Costello might be to your Abbott, man. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, our pleasure. Matt said, I thought the Pussy Melter was a funny name. Why is everyone so sensitive? Too many SJWs. What up with that, Jay?
Too many SJWs. I don't know what that means.
Social justice warrior, I think is the abbreviation.
I don't know. I don't know about the social justice aspect of it. I just think it's tacky as fuck.
I don't really know, but I was looking at Glenn Fricker's video on this topic. I mean, it kind of seems like he's just at this point, Glenn at least, he's kind of found something that's... I mean, maybe he's passionate about his, like, you know, stance on it, but to me it kind of seems like he had a successful video that was talking about it, and I guess that's in his realm, and now he's kind of, like, you know, putting more videos out on the topic. That kind of seems to be the thing. It's almost like starting shit about it. I think it is in bad taste.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know,
I don't know if it's, you know, I'm not really sure if I personally understand the inciting of violence aspect.
I don't really get that either. I just think the whole thing's fucking, that's, you know.
But I also think Reverb needs to make a clear policy on, because there's other things on the site that use the word pussy.
Well, the problem with
there's other things, like, you know what I mean? So it's like you either have to ban everything that's like that.
This is the problem. Like, it is your amendment right to free speech to write and say those words. So what they're doing is if they've banned it based on its name, then it's censorship. If they've banned it based on a perceived possibility of violence or whatever, it's still censorship. If they ban it because it somehow violates their terms of use, however, they're within their legal right to do so.
Reverb.com is not a democracy. It's a business run by people, and
correct.
They don't see it fit to be on the site, then that's the hammer. You know, that's their site. Then either don't use their site or make your own site that allows the selling of guitar pedals with
with vulgar titles.
Like I think it's strange. Like why are people so? It's fun. I think people on both sides are a little crazy.
I just can't understand why a big company would go and create something called that. It's just like, I mean, you had to know it's going to be
company,
fucking.
though? I think it's like a band that's like it's like one of their like gimmicky kind of. So I believe it's like some.
Pussy Melter was a preset on was it TC box?
Oh really? I understand there's some kind of band that's supposed to be like a parody act, and they're like an '80s parody act, and it's supposed to be like some of their merch or something. I haven't looked into it deep enough to. Matt's just asking, why do people care?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. I mean, people care about weird stuff, and
I mean, I think it's tacky, but until we had this conversation, I don't think I'd ever really thought that much about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I'm not like fucking furious about it or
it's
whatever.
Funny
I don't care that much.
There's people on both sides who seem to care a lot about it for different reasons, obviously. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think, yeah.
Well, let's see.
Right, the Big Muff is still up. That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a perfect example.
Yeah, but the Big Muff is sort of a little more tongue-in-cheek than that, and it's also been.
It accurately describes what it does too. It's a muffler.
But it's also been around since 1969 or fucking 68 or whenever he created that. I can't even remember now.
And it's meant to be at least like an innuendo. No?
Yeah.
That was definitely something they considered when they named it that. I'm sure.
Yeah, and Mike Matthews is kind of a.
Mike Matthews seems like a dirty old man.
Yeah, he's kind of a little bit sketchy. I mean, he's a nice guy.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's like I don't know the guy, but.
Yeah, it's TC Electronics Pussy Melter preset found on their Flashback Delay series. Steel Panther drummer says, yeah, Pussy Melter controversy was the best thing ever. I don't know why the Steel Panther drummer is commenting on it, but I guess maybe it's Steel Panther is the guitar.
I think that's the band.
The band,
Panther,
right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I hate to give outside of my.
Yeah, same here.
It's outside of my jurisdiction.
I think whatever the deal is, like I said, Reverb's not a democracy. It's a business. So they don't see it, like Jay's saying, it violates their terms of use. But at least have some sort of clear terms of use that says, all things, under this sort of rubric are not allowed on our site. I don't know,
Yeah,
I think it's just,
there are definitely a lot of motherfuckers who get really bent about really stupid shit.
I think a lot of people have a lack of self-awareness and self and meaning and things to make themselves, put their life up or,
I don't think people have been this thin-skinned, like, probably ever in fucking history.
I don't think people have a cause that they feel is important to themselves anymore, and this is how they find it.
How they deal with it, yeah.
I don't know. Thanks. Oh, thanks, Steven. What's going on? Noir Blanc V hanging out in the chat. We saw you at Tolman Synth Reactor. That's awesome, man. That looks sick. You gonna do some videos on that? YouTube royalty right there. Steven from Noir Blanc V. What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming to the stream. It might be sleazy, but being taken off also kind of makes their goal closer to truth. Right, they want to be edgy. Yeah, yep. Made into a big deal, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We seem to get into, yeah. Any final ideas about it?
No, I got nothing more on that.
Yeah.
I think it's tacky and they shouldn't have done it. It's probably
that's kind of where I fall.
A move towards like, no publicity is bad publicity or whatever. So
it's just like shock value too. It's like going far.
Yeah.
Gabe said Big Muff is not vulgar, innuendo versus vulgarity. Right. That's true. It is pretty on the nose, I guess. Anyway, anything else to add, Jay?
I think that's it, man.
Yeah, thanks for joining us for the pizza party stream. Steven, thanks for coming through. Always good to see you. Hope to see some videos from that Thomann synth reactor. I feel like I'm like butchering it, but yeah, I hope to see some videos on that stuff. Yeah, Jason, we're gonna check out that vid. I guess that's it. Any final?
Yeah, do something you want to do each and every day of your life, and make sure you catch us on the stream every Wednesday, 7:00 ish.
Yeah. I guess we could say 7:15. It seems like that's kind of.
I mean, whatever. Call it 7 because then they're waiting in the chat.
Yeah.
We don't sit there for 15 minutes talking to ourselves when we arrive on time.
Cool.
But anyway, yeah. So thanks for joining
Capro's
us.
giving us the signal.
Good to see y'all again.
Yeah.
And
Never forget Jay.
Jesus,
Let's get Capro on stream real quick.
he ain't having it.
He's not having it. Okay.
Not having it.
All right, fam. We'll catch you guys later.
Deuces.